So I've tried to record this like one other time, and I just didn't feel comfortable inside. So I'm gonna try and film this outside. So, yeah, sorry if there's background noise or whatever. Um, my name's Takeo. I'm 16 years old, and I'm gonna be a junior in high school. And I'm kind of just basing this off of a video I saw, and I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was just insightful into like, I'm not good about talking about myself or my feelings a lot. I get real emotional very quickly, and that's just not easy, especially when you're trying to talk to people around you about your feelings. So I guess that's kind of why I try not talk about my feelings to the people I care about. Um, I just feel like it's a hassle. Like, I don't want my problems to be put onto them, and I know that's obviously not healthy, but it's what I do right now, and I'm trying to get better at that. Um, but I think it's good to talk instead of just like writing down your feelings. I've tried to like write down the stuff I'm feeling and then, come back later and read it or whatever. But I've never tried to make a video, and I just thought it would be cool to maybe try that. Um, I struggle a lot with my emotions. The people around me, especially my friends, they don't really see the extremes of my emotions. I kind of keep it, I guess, buried. I really don't make a big fuss about anything, even if it hurts my feelings. And I've even been told to my face multiple times that, like, my closest friends don't really know anything about me, even though I feel like they're some of the people I tell the most stuff about. I guess I'm just so closed off from so many people that even if I feel like I'm sharing so much about my life, it's really nothing at all. Another problem is whenever I try to be serious, I always end up, you know, telling a joke or laughing, just finding any way to break the tension somehow. And that always ends up um, just diffusing the situation, and I almost never get to resolve things the way I want to resolve them. I end up a lot of the times just settling for I guess subpar what I was expecting or what I was hoping to get out of the interaction. Um this is uncomfortable. Um I'm in a more comfortable spot now, so we can continue. Like literally that. I can't go more than 5 minutes before I have to break the tension in some way. I just feel like I guess I owe it to people to be sort of the person they can rely on without having to worry about, expectations and having my own baggage of my own. And a few years ago, actually, I was in this really difficult part of my life where I just let two of these people just dump all of their negative emotions and negative feelings and negative experiences onto me. And I don't think that was probably when I was in one of the worst places mentally I've ever been. I ended up eventually cutting them off and getting them at least mostly out of my life as much as they could be. But that doesn't mean that that behavior for me went away, I guess. It just kind of lessened. It dulled itself would be a good way of explaining it. And I like to be the person people can rely on. I like to be the person where I can say, oh yeah, talk to me anytime you want. I'll do that. I'll babysit that person. We can go to this place. That sounds fun. I like to be the person that people can rely on if they need something or they want to do something. And I try to give as much as I can, as much as my body allows. I would say I'm a pretty introverted person. I don't hang out with my friends as much as I probably should. I don't talk to them as much as I probably should. No matter what. It's summer right now, and I've probably hung out with my friends twice, and I'm 2 months in. But I just have had no desire at all to be around other people. And that sounds really bad, because I enjoy people. I enjoy people a lot. But I don't enjoy it more than, I guess, being by myself, if that makes sense. And that probably sounds selfish, and it probably is to some extent, but I just can't bring myself to sacrifice that for other people. This summer there have been a few people that I thought were pretty good friends with me during the school year, at least. And the second it hit summer, I didn't hear from them again. And I can probably guarantee that once the school year starts, they're gonna act like nothing happened. And honestly, I probably will too. Hopefully, I'll have the courage, strength, whatever you want to call it, to call them out on it, or just stop being their friend. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Actually, I was pleasantly surprised. I think it was earlier this week. One of my friends that I thought completely ghosted me messaged me out of the blue and just talked about how she missed me and how she wanted to hang out, and that that made me feel really good. Um, I struggle a lot with my sense of self-worth, and I just try to be who people want me to be a lot of the time. If I care about them, I try to fit the role I think they would want me to fill. And I guess I always expect people to find me more of a nuisance than anything, to always be looking for a way out, to just keep our interactions as short as possible. So to actually hear that someone that wasn't, I guess, a member of my family or one of my closest friends say that they missed me and they wanted to hang out or something, that meant a whole lot to me. And I guess another case like that, I was talking with one of my friends, and he's a newer friend that I met this year, and I never thought we were the closest friends. I mean, we had each other for one class, and he was a grade above me, and he has all these friends in his own grade that I always thought he would just always prefer to hang out with and be around, and just, in general, those people would be closer to him. So once the school year ended, or once we didn't have a class together, we wouldn't talk. And I remember telling him that I wanted to have more friends like him, because he's genuinely one of the nicest people I know. He's just such a good person. And I remember telling him that I wanted to have more friends like him, and I just didn't think anything of it, because in my head I kind of viewed it as like, this is probably going to be one of the last times I ever talk to him. So I just thought I would tell him, like, that I thought he was cool and I just appreciated him as a friend. And we've had these short little interactions here and there, and I just thought it was him being friendly, not being a friend, I guess. I just thought it was his way of keeping me occupied, I guess I would call it. But earlier tonight we actually talked, like, had a conversation, and he didn't show a sign of like trying to get out of it or trying to cut it short at all. In fact, like, when I thought the conversation was over, he messaged me a few minutes later asking about something else, just to continue the conversation. And it really meant a lot to me to know that there's people out there that aren't necessarily my best of friends that still care about me and want to be around me and want to talk to me. Like I said, I've had so much problems with the way I view myself, and the way I think people see me. And to have concrete proof that people around me want to be around me, it's a feeling I'm not used to, but it's a feeling I want to feel more of. This video is already getting kind of long, so I think I'll cut it there. I have no idea if I'm ever gonna like post this anywhere, or if anyone's gonna see it. If I do, this could be just for me. I don't know, but I guess this is goodbye for now.